Kia ora, everybody. I'm going to talk loud because I want to make sure you can hear me in the back there. It's quite a large space to fill, so I'll see how I go. Hopefully my voice won't run out. First of all, as you can see, my last name is Tipene. That's a Maori name. And I'm a white fella. So you're probably sitting there looking at me thinking, hey, who's this guy? When I was a baby, a peppy, I was adopted into the white-eyed Tipene whānau. And I was brought up Māori. I was speaking at a school the other day, and this kid, he put up his hand, and I said, yep, and he goes to me, you don't sound white. I looked at him and I said, yeah, I can see you're a little confused. I was brought up Māori, and I write Māori books. I'm known as a Māori author. But of course, everywhere I go, people are looking at me sideways, trying to figure out who I am. So that's who I am. It's very nice to be here, to be at your school. It's a big deal for me to come to schools. A real big deal. Because I did not do well at school. Oh, my son!
That's big enough for you, son.
But mine needs some weight on the leg. Too much wind at me. I did not do well at school. I found school really hard. I found school really challenging. But I quite liked school. School was one place. School was one place where I felt safe. I didn't feel safe at home. I love my mum and dad. I love my mum and dad very much, but sadly when my mum and dad were little, they got hurt. They got badly hurt. But when they grew up, they became parents, they became adults. Well, they became adults, they became parents. Let's get that clear. And then they ended up hurting me and my brothers and sisters. So my home was a scary place. 3 o'clock most days, I didn't want to go home. I wanted to stay at school. Because I knew that when I went home, someone was going to be angry. Someone was going to get hurt. So I wanted to stay at school. But as much as I wanted to stay at school, I didn't do well at the work. And I ended up in special classes for everything. So every day I came to school, I'd go into the classroom, and I'd sit down with all the other children, and the day would get started, and I'd look out the window, and I'd see this lady walking across the school, and this lady would walk all the way into our classroom, and she'd look over at me, and she'd go, Timothy, come with me. She'd take me by the hand, she'd take me out of the class, away from all the other kids, she'd take me across the school, and into a little room, and in that little room she would help me with my maths, help me with my reading, because I was behind all the other children. Sometimes I even had to go to the staff room. And in the staff room, I had to see a lady who was what you call a speech therapist. And her job was to help me talk properly, because I couldn't talk properly. So one of the things she helped me with was how to pronounce TH words correctly. See, she would get me to sit in front of her. And she'd say, Timothy, Timothy, watch my mouth. And she'd go, this, then, there, that. And I had to copy her over and over again until I put my tongue in the right position and pronounced TH words correctly. So I did not do well at school. And then one day, a new teacher came to our school. Brand new teacher, straight out of Teachers College. Me and my mate, we ended up in her class. Oh, I like this teacher. I was 10 years old, and I was going to marry her. And my mate, he comes to my house he comes to my house one Saturday morning. He looks at me and he says, "Hey, Tim, our new teacher, she just lives up the road." I looked at him and I said, "Hey," and he said, "Our new teacher, she just lives up the road." I said, "Whatever." And he said, "Come on in, I'll show you." And I said, "Okay." So he takes me up the road and he brings me to this small 2-story house. And we're standing there on the footpath. And my mate says to me, "She's there, she lives there." I'm looking at this house, I'm like, "I don't see her." He's like, No, she does, she lives there. You wait, I'll see her." We waited for ages. We didn't see anybody. Now next door to this house was another property. And on that property, there was no house. But what there was were these big, tall plum trees. And the plums were ready, and they were shining bright and red. So me and my mate, we're standing there, looking at this house. We're not seeing anybody. And our eyes start to wander. And we see those plum trees, and the plums shining bright and red. So we jump the fence. We go through the long grass. We climb up those plum trees, and we have ourselves a feed of plums. Now we're up there reading those plums. And my mate, he looks at me, and he says, "Hey, Tim, let's pick some plums and take them to our teacher." I'm like, "Hey, that's not a good idea. These are not our plums. What's our teacher going to say if we turn up with stolen plums? She's not going to be very happy." My mate, he says, No, it's all good. She won't mind. She's cool. She'll like it." Okay. We get out of the plum trees. We get underneath the plum trees, we get our tops, we turn them up like this to make a pouch. Then we pull them up with plums until we're standing like this. Then we walk to the back of the property. We go through the fence. Now we're behind the house. We walk up to the back porch. We go up the steps, and now we're at the back door. My mate knocks on the door. Now I'm thinking to myself that this is a good time to run away. I'm thinking our teacher doesn't live here at all. In fact, the people that do live here probably own those plum trees. But ain't going to look good us bringing them back their own plums. My mate sees me backing away. He's like, No, it's all good. It's our teacher. You wait, you'll see. We hear footsteps come through the house. The footsteps come all the way to the back door. The back door opens. It is our teacher. "Good morning, boys. You bought you some plums, miss?" She goes, "Oh, thank you." She runs back inside, gets a bowl, comes running back. "Here, put your plums in here. Put your plums in here." Then she goes, "Thank you, boys. And next time you're up the plum trees, could you please bring me some more?" Okay. Now this teacher changed my life. This teacher changed my life forever. One day she came into the classroom, and in her hand she had the latest batch of our handwritten stories. And I could see that she was not happy. She walked up to the front of the class, places the stories down on the desk, and then she looked at all of us and she said, "I want more from you. I want more from each and every one of you." She then spoke to the girls. "Girls, I don't want to read any more stories about fairylands, lemonade rivers, marshmallow trees, ponies. Give me something more." She then spoke to us boys. "Boys, I don't want to read any more stories about war guns and tanks. Give me something more. I'm sitting in my chair, looking at my teacher, remembering how much I want to marry her. So I want to write a story that's going to impress my teacher. I want to write a story that she's going to love, a story that she'll never forget. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at her, and I'm thinking to myself, what sort of things do you like, miss? What sort of things do you like? Oh, I know what you like. I know the sort of stuff you like. I could write you a story that you like. So I get out my pad, I get out my pencil, and I write a story. I write a simple story. I write a story about a man taking a walk through a park. It just described him walking down the park, looking at the birds, the trees, the flowers. Talked about him seeing families together. Someone walking their dog, some people having a picnic, someone feeding ducks at the pond. Just a simple story. I talked about the blue sky, the clouds, the sun. My story ended with the man coming out of the park to where he could see the ocean. Put on my last full stop, got up from my chair. I'm feeling pretty confident. I go over to my teacher's desk. My teacher's sitting there. She's marking out maths books. She sees me walking over. Just put your story there, please, Timothy. So I put my story there on top of the other stories. Then I go back and I sit in my chair and I forget all about it. Next day at school, my teacher goes up to the front of the class. She looks over at me. Timothy, come up to the front, please. I'm like, what am I in trouble for now? What have I done wrong this time? I get up from my chair. I'm walking up to the front of the room. I'm thinking to myself, what have I done wrong? I haven't done anything wrong. I get up to the front. My teacher's standing there. I stand behind her. All the kids are looking at me. Then my teacher reads my story to the class. She reads my story to the class. And when she's finished, she turns. And in front of everybody, she praises me. She says, Timothy, this is wonderful work. Well done. Excellent. Me, I'm confused. And then it doesn't stop there. Then she goes, come with me, Timothy. I'm behind her. I'm like, I'll go anywhere with you, miss. My teacher takes me around other classes in the school, and my story is read to them as an example of good writing. I was not good at anything, and all of a sudden, I'm a writer. I loved and adored that teacher so much, I believed whatever came out of her mouth. If my teacher had said to me, the sky is purple, well, that's it then. The sky is purple. So when she told me that I was a writer, that I was a good writer, I believed her. I believed her so much that I have never stopped writing. And now I'm an award-winning author. My books have gone all around the world. That teacher changed my life. She showed me that I was more than the violence and the abuse in my home. She opened up the whole world to me. Sadly, I did not get to marry her. Me and my mate, once we knew where she lived, we were always hanging out around her house, just so that we might see her. One day we were there up the plum trees, and this car comes past. Car slows down and turns into our teacher's driveway. Now me and my mate, we knew what our teacher's car looked like, but that was not her car. The car went up the driveway, pulled in front of our teacher's house, and a man hopped out. Me and my mate, we get out of the plum trees, we're underneath the plum trees, we're like this. Who's that fella? And I was lucky because I got to be in her class for that 1 year. And she changed my life forever.